Hey y'all, in today's video we're going to be doing our first challenge run of Dark Souls 1 clubs only. Now to start off, I just picked the Wretch starting class because it's the only thing that actually starts with the club's weapon. But let's get straight to it, onto our first boss. Alright, cool, so here we go. Of course, Taurus demon, usually try and go down. I thought I could R2. Apparently, you just can't. It just doesn't work like that. Wish I knew that further, and I just take on my first instant death like a freaking idiot. So now we're just gonna speed run back, and my second death of the run, which I really don't enjoy. At this point in time, we've already gotten all the way up here. I've already grabbed my Estus shards, as you can see in my hotbar, and again, I died again. So now I'm just gonna be going up, and we're actually gonna be finally killing this boss. Unfortunately, I was an idiot and tried to use a playlist on Spotify that had DMCA free music, but I found that every single one of my videos was getting claimed with a copyright strike, and I had to go against it. Now all of them were taken away. My copyright claims are fine at the end, but it was still just a pain in the butt. So I recommend, if you're also doing this, not to freaking go in and use Spotify's DMCA free playlist. YouTube Music has a bunch of great freaking stuff. So there we go. We grabbed our first victory on the first demon, and now time for the cutscene. Now I unfortunately again use music for all this, so there will be no audio for the cutscenes, and you'll just have to listen to my annoying voice, but it's fine. So now the bird's gonna grab us, and we're gonna freaking travel all the way down to the undead berg. Now at this time, I've kind of skipped and edited in my video, which is great. I've just put it down that I'm actually just gonna run. I'm not going to show you guys that I've actually put it in, but I'm just going to be showing you my first weapon and what else I buy at the first merchant shop near the Taurus demon. Alright, perfect. You can see we're now at the shop. The first item I'm actually going to get is the spiked club. Now, this is a great early game club, and just weapon in general. I find that the bleed in it does well against the early game mobs, and I also bought the residency key because I felt like I might need it. I always forget what it's used for, but I feel that it's just a great necessity for early game too. Fortunately, I didn't have enough ruins to grab the repair box, which is also really great. Now anytime I come in and fight this Taurus demon, I always have to freaking kill the enemies. I've been screwed up way too many times trying to fight these guys. I actually didn't realize that my club actually insta downs them, so it's great. But now we're gonna go aggro him, and I love to do my first with my first boss, well, sorry, second boss, I love to just go through, aggro him first so he comes down, and then just get off cheap shots by climbing up the ladder. Now, if you climb up the ladder and you just wait up there, unfortunately, everybody should know this by now, the Taurus demon will actually come up and attack you. So you got to make sure your timing is pretty great. Nice 400 hit over the head. And now, of course, I didn't want to get caught, so we run all the way back to the beginning. And you can loop this up pretty well. I think it's awesome that you can just continue to make him go up over here. Dodges roll. I was actually pretty nice. I did not mean to jump roll, but it's fine. And we just run up. Now, another stupid thing is he can actually hit you, as you can see right there. He grabbed me. It's fine. We're still making it up. I'm gonna grab my Estus, grab a heal, and let's go grab and kill the boss. Ooh, that was a close one. Almost died there. Little pesky bird. Jeez. Cannot believe I actually came so close to there, but it's fine. I think at this point in time, I could do one over the head hit, but might as well just finish him off with some R2s. Now, I didn't actually realize with the club and the reinforced club, the R2 is actually just a jump attack because I'm not actually swinging. And unfortunately, I do get hit again. But now we're just going to heal up once more. He's going to try for one more attack. We roll away, run in, another charge too, and another one just to finish off the battle. Perfect. At this time, we go see Andre and go down into the grasslands. I don't really know what to call them. We grab our first necessary item, the grass crest shield. It's great. Allows me to boost stamina regen. And we also go back to the starting area to grab a really great ring so I can actually go grab my next weapon, which will actually be my final weapon in this run, which is the Great Club. There we go. I'm also have putting it down in time so that I've now gone up, done everything I need to go grab my second Estus shard and all that stuff, and freed the golden child so that he is good to go. Now we get the Ring of Favor, my second best talisman, and here we go for our third boss of the run, the stupid Gargs. All right, now my first and second attempt, unfortunately, did not go well. I shouldn't have bonked him over the head with a heavy R2, because actually with this weapon, I do enjoy the R2. It's a great, big, strong hit. Really enjoy it. But unfortunately, this fight, I do find challenging. It's the first time I've actually fought the Bell Gargoyles solo. Usually in the past, I would always use the Sunbro because he's just great help for so many bosses, even now and later down the road. Now, of course, once you get the Bell Gargoyle down, he's gonna summon in his freaking twin brother with no tail. Now, they're both a pain in the butt, and if they do corner you, unfortunately, you're kind of just done. You can quit out here if you really want to try again, but as you can see, they're just pinning me down with fire and fire and more fire. Now he's gonna come in for an attack. Of course, he swiped me. That's fine. I really hate the two because they just pin the crap out of me with fire, and there's nothing really I can do at this point in time because, as you can see, this stupid second brother just keeps on throwing fire at me, which is fine. So now we're on to attempt number 3. Unfortunately, you will not be seeing my second attempt because the first gargoyle just pinned me down right away and just bonked me right over the head and pretty much just stunlocked me, unfortunately. But thank God, the third attempt actually goes really well. No issues here. And he's just going to do stupid things, and I'm just going to punish most of his attacks while getting hit a bunch of the time because I'm rusty at this game. And there we go. I got some good RNG. Got to kill him before the next Bell Gargoyle spawns. Now, if you really want, you can just run right to the side of him when he's blowing fire. And I do take a hit here because I try and do something stupid. And I don't just run immediately to the side. It's fine. We still get the victory over the Bell Gargoyles. And that's done is done. Another boss out of the way. It's number 3 now. Alright, perfect. Now we're going to speed up. We're going to go all the way up to, now I'm just trying to, find my sweet spot of rolling because I'm still fat rolling. So we're just going to run up, go ring the first bell, 1 out of 2, done. So that's done. Another cutscene done. Now it's time for the Chaos Witch, Quelaag. Really surprised about this fight. I actually did this deathless. She didn't kill me. Very surprised. First time I've actually done this. Really got scared in some places, but it's all good because she can be a little pesky bugger with this stuff when she just doesn't want to do some nice attacks. But if you just back up, she won't hit you if you hit the sweet spot. Unfortunately, all throughout this battle, I'm pretty much poisoned. This boss battle does take a long time. So I'm just going to let you guys watch and see me finish her off pretty nice and easily. There was some really tough issues though. Like right there, was a little bit scared. She touched me too much and I panicked. And thank goodness I got a heal off and that was good as done. So we're gonna roll away of her attack. She's gonna strike another one. It's all fine, good and dandy. He's gonna start to spew his fire and we just keep on punishing. Now at this point in time, there is a lot of lava on the ground, which I was very concerned about because that stuff, lava in this game ticks really fast. No matter what you do, it just hurts. And I think at this point, she's just really pissed. So we're gonna spew more fire on the ground and it's fine. Lava I meant, but it's all good. Now, I believe it's coming up soon where he spews fire, she spews fire, and we just get in some other hits. Unfortunately, they do go for an attack right now. I believe it's in like 2 seconds. No, it's after this where I get her to one shot and then she does her explosion. I actually totally forgot about this and thank goodness I actually had enough HP because I was really not looking forward to fighting this boss again. Also got really lucky with the lava there. I'm really glad that it just doesn't place automatically. But now we're just gonna run in and go in for the final hit. And there we go. She's done. Boss number 4 out of the way. On to the next one. I actually forgot to run in the clip for it because I skipped over it. So it's right off to the Capra demon because we're doing all bosses. Fortunately, with this, Capra demon pinned me. I was really not having it at all. Thank goodness I was able to escape. Now, I really don't know the best way to fight all these guys. Since it is an older game, it is super weird to do. But again, they're just all on me. So we're going to run up. Thankfully, I got out of the way and we're able to make it to safety. The dogs can come up here, but if you have a shield, it is a-okay. Yeah, again, really, really close here. If I was bled, I would have died. It's okay though. We managed to get a heal off and I think everything's good from here. I think there's one more little sketchy part from this boss fight, but it should all be good and dandy. I find myself with this fight while using heavy weapons, I cannot get a great time to hit. Anytime I hit, I have to trade, it's fine. But now it's off to the crocodile. what I like to call the crocodile, but it's just the gaping dragon. It's fine. First time fighting this boss ever, not like off camera obviously. I did not realize what I was getting onto, and I thought it was just a cute little monster. Unfortunately, it's not. It's a big son of a gun. Now, this fight actually took me a bunch of attempts, which is fine, but when it says +9 up here, this attempt right here where I die wasn't actually my first attempt. Was my first attempt, sorry, but my weapon was still at +5, so you're gonna see me cut to my next fight with him, where he actually gives me a lot better RNG, where he's not stomping around like an idiot, and my weapon was now at +5. But yeah, now you're gonna see the crappy RNG where he just keeps on flying up, pounding down. I'm gonna try and get some heals off. It's fine. I try with all my fights to, you know, make sure I have 10 Estus until I can actually hit 20. But yeah, he just keeps on going up and down. I literally don't even think I get a hit off in this because he's just an ass, but it's fine. So now off to attempt number 2. Now this time I actually have what I need for this boss fight. I feel I have my 10 Estus, everything I need. I've actually done some grinding offline, and not that I got any, I don't think I got like 1 or 2 level ups, but I actually upgraded my weapon, so now it's a +9, and I think that's fantastic because it helped me a long time with this fight. I always want to make sure I'm doing the Gaping Dragon first and all the bosses before Orlando, so that one, I'm kind of at the strength I should be for Ornstein and Smough. So here we go. Close call here, almost kills me, but it's fine. We make it through, as you'll see in a few seconds. Now, no fight in Dark Souls is easy without a little bit of screw ups, obviously. I like tanking through these enemies with just doing the bare minimum of rolling out of the way. If I know I can take a hit, I'll take a hit, and there we go. After this, before we actually go up, I go fight the Stray Demon, and I also grab Power Within, which is usually just a death run. As you can see right here, I'm already poisoned, which is fine, and we're grabbing Power Within. I don't really care about the bug, we just grab it, and of course I get hit, I'll just roll out of the way and take the L. I really don't care about the 414 runes, it's whatever. Now time for the Stray Demon. I really don't understand how this boss works with the explosions. I know you can cheese him if you do a magic, you can just kind of break the floor in front of him, but not fall down, which is really nice if you hit like certain places. But unfortunately, I don't know how this man's is running with these hits. I don't understand the hitbox or anything like that. So unfortunately, we take our first L against the Stray Demon. I believe this isn't just the first L. We took like 6 or 7. I was just at the point where, you know what, I'm here now. Let's fight him before we go anywhere else because I want the doll. The doll's really nice. It's a great place for farming later on in Orlando because the Painted World is really fun. I think you get, what, 7k rooms without any buffs? And you can just farm the enemies there. They're all huddled in a circle. It's super easy just to kill them all, and you can make pretty good time. Now, I got pretty lucky there with actually outrolling that time. I got hit by the club, but nothing else. But yeah, some more swinging and some more fun times against the Stray Demon. But like all bosses, they eventually all go down, so I'll just let you sit and watch this fight. Again, another stupid close call. Thank God there's no poison in this area, or I would have been dead. Now at the end here, he actually gave me some pretty good RNG where he just would float up and not do anything stupid. The only attack I do know how to like dodge is you just back up when he sticks his stick into the ground and everything else. So now we're gonna go grab the doll after killing the Dark Knight, and we're gonna go sprint through Sen's Fortress, the most pain in the arse point in this game, and nothing beats the most annoying place, which is Dark Souls 2. Those enemy positioning in that game is even worse. But I feel that Dark Souls 1, you know, once you've been through Sun's Fortress once, you kind of understand where everything is because of how much of a pain in the butt it is. You don't want to screw it up and go through it again. But the learning curve of the first time going through all these guys is just learning where everything is. Now, I can never figure out, I know that for this area, I can just go grab... it's the item discovery ring, but I don't think I needed it. But yeah, like right here, just trying to freaking figure out how the balls go. I can never manage to get up without getting hit, and maybe I'm taking the wrong pathing, but it's fine. I know that if I quit out, you can quit out while running up and everything works fine. Now, a great spot here is just to aggro some enemies, walk back here, just let them die to the spikes, because there still is enemy collision with obstacles, which is great. So now he was being pesky, so it's fine. We're actually just gonna go up, just go hit him, smack him to death. And right here, if you just run fast enough and around, you won't summon the spike trap, which is nice. And we're just gonna head right away. If you run fast enough, the fire bombs won't hit you, and there we go. Grab the first bonfire of Sen's Fortress. Now it's time on for the Iron Golem. If you just run to the left, his hit will never actually work. If you are playing the Ascended mod though, it will mess you up because I believe they make him a lot faster and a lot heavier hitting, but everything goes well. I've also never managed with the Iron Golem to actually knock him off. I've always actually had to fight him normally. Like right there, he was close to jumping off, but I've never had the good RNG of him getting staggered and him just falling right over. So unfortunately, every single time I've fought in this boss, I've just had to hit him. But he's not a hard boss. He's pretty easy to read. Right here, actually, he got staggered, and I didn't know if he was going to fall off. I thought he was for the first time, so I got interested, got bored though, and just smacked him. And now it's time for my favorite place in the game, which is Anor Londo. So I don't really show anything in Anor Londo. I just go straight from this cutscene right to the Painted World because I find that there's not really that much interesting information. But before I go to fight Ornstein and Smough, we do go to the Painted World. I just wanted more upgrades from Priscilla, so we go finish her off next. Now it's just gonna cut straight to the next cutscene, which I love this cutscene where it just sucks you in. I think it's amazing. Great dev designs. I do have to point that out. I think the Painted World cutscenes in this game are probably the best throughout everything, just because when you actually jump off the Painted World, the sound effects is absolutely hilarious to me. But as you can see, Priscilla, I did die to her once. Her poison bleed up is absolutely nuts. If you let it proc, it literally takes you out. But you just need one hit to get her out of her stupid invisibility phase. But once you have her out, she's a really simple boss. She is super weak and super easy to read. It's just the invisibility phase. That's the only thing I have issues with, which is fine. But another boss done, and surprising enough, if you look in the bottom right corner, I actually do get the achievement. I believe it's on camera, maybe it's not. Okay, maybe it didn't pop up, but for me, I actually got that. But now it's time for the dual boss. People hate this boss, people love this boss. I think it is the best dual boss in any From Software game, just because it's the first one, and it's just not that. It's that great. It's an older game, so the moveset is predictable. You can kind of predict stuff, but at the same time, it was the first actual challenging fight I got into. Now, if you actually bring in Sunbro, this becomes a lot better. You can just have one person aggro. You can have Sunbro aggro either Smough or Ornstein. And as you can see right there, I almost died there. I probably had like 2 HP, which is fine. But this boss can actually be very annoying. And I do hate and love the pillars, because as you can see, I just got screwed up by them. But using heavy weapons for this is actually super nutty. You just have so much freaking damage output. It's crazy. So I'd rather have damage output for this fight rather than health, because the more damage you can do, the less you have to survive in this fight. I feel that if you pick something really skinny, this boss fight will be very painful. I guess if you do pick like the speedrunning strat, where you just grab with good RNG, hopefully, the Dark Knight spear, that thing shreds and it's crazy. But yeah, I don't know why I went for that hit. I got super greedy, but it's fine. We do heal up, and we do manage to actually get to the second phase of this boss fight, but as you'll see in a few moments, it's not that great. As you can see, I died, but we did grab the first cutscene, which I think is really funny. I laughed a lot at this because, you know, I've never actually had this happen before, where I actually kill him and it enters the second phase. I've either never gotten close to the second phase because the two of them just gank up on me and I don't get good RNG, or I make it to the second phase, get really close, and die. But I do also enjoy the Dark Souls 1 bosses. I find that when they kill you, they don't just continue with their combos. They always stop and continue to, like, they just stop in general. They stop and walk away because they have their victory against you, which is awesome. Again, I'd like to apologize. You're not going to have any of the audio from any of this. You're just going to have me voice over it because I did pull stupid and try to use DMCA free music, but it was too much of a pain and everything was getting copyright claimed, even though it all said it was DMCA free. Really enjoy this game. Sorry, really enjoy Spotify and AI. Sorry, not AI, but algorithms just picking up on anything. Even though it literally states, like, all the things that I would like get hit with a copyright claim, I'd be like, hey yo, just so you guys know, like, on this website it states that it's all copyright free. Like, why is your service doing it? If it is copyrighted, I'll take it down. I don't care. I'll remove it from my video. It's not going to pay me that much. But unfortunately, it got too much of a hassle, so I just started using YouTube Music, and I actually wish I was doing that in the first half, because the R&B playlist is pretty good for Spotify. Not Spotify, sorry, for YouTube, which I think is great. But as you can see, I'm going a lot better throughout this fight. I dodge a lot of their attacks, surprisingly. I guess it's just over time. I've actually had time to learn this fight. This only took me 2 attempts, by the way, just to point that out there. Unfortunately, I did die the first time. Should have just not died. But most of these bosses either take me 1 or 2 tries, and it's fine. So right here, I got greedy. It pays off. It's fine. We go right into the second phase. Let's go. I heal up. And if you actually kill off Ornstein first, Smough is the easier of the two if you didn't know that. So new information if you didn't know. The more you know. But I'm just going to let you guys watch and enjoy the rest of this fight. I actually didn't realize he could get staggered, which is pretty cool. But I felt like with this boss fight, I got a lot of good RNG, and I just have to be thankful for that. Because I find just doing all the bosses, getting enough stuff, you have enough levels to be good. If you do need more, a good good grind or a good farm is just from the bonfire up in the tower. You just go to the next room over and you just farm the Silver Knight, and he does pretty well. So we managed to finish him off, Smough. Unfortunately, I don't actually use any of the armor or any of the souls, so I just burn them right away because I don't need any of the weapons. We grab the soup bowl, and now it's time for the most annoying part of this the bosses, which is the Moonlight Butterfly, which is why I came after when I had everything I needed, because this boss is all time reliant. If you're using magic or a bow or anything like that, it's fine. Shields work really great. I did not use the correct shield. There is I don't remember which one it is, but it's really good at defense for magic damage, which is great. I think it's like 80% or something, and it just works really well. So unfortunately, I didn't get good RNG here. They just hit so many times. I wish that like right off the bat, you know, you're just gonna land, do like 2 attacks, land, do another 2 attacks, float over like this, and float back over, and then land again. But unfortunately, that's not the case. The Moonlight Butterfly is always the most peskiest boss because, well, they just sit there and she just never lands. As you can see, finally now, after like 2 minutes, she finally landed, and she was about to pop her exploding move, but unfortunately at this point in time, I was doing enough damage. I believe I was either at +9 or +12. I believe it was +12 at this point in time when I actually got to this fight. I don't remember though. But we run up and we grab the most important thing, which is the ability to actually kill the skeletons so they don't keep on reviving themselves, which is the Divine Ember, which is awesome. I put that onto the reinforced club, even though there's no point because I should have just put it on the regular club. But now it's time for Seath. And unfortunately at this part, I had the stupidest RNG. Some crackpot decided to invade me, and which just screwed up my first entire battle against Seath. As you can see right there, your phantom has gone home. Like, man, I literally went from Moonlight Butterfly all the way down to Seath, and of course when I was running down, somebody invaded me, and the notification on my screen really screwed me up. So now attempt number 2, thankfully he didn't pull any problems. Pretty good RNG with this fight. I do have to say so myself. Now this is really weird. I did not realize he could do this, but he can just float up there, which is super stupid. I don't know why they allow him to do that, but it's fine. He's a really easy boss. I feel like people would crap on this boss so much more if he wasn't a dog, unfortunately, because you gotta protect your dead owner. So we finish him off, and now it's time for the 4 kings, which again, I did deathless, really great. Really got surprised at the end with how lucky I got. I went in risky as hell, and it paid off somehow. I didn't manage to die, so I was really happy about it. This is really a run killer for most runs with people, because either it is super hard for people because of how the boss is. Like, I don't know how close these bosses are, unfortunately, but like, I thought I hit him. Apparently I didn't, but he managed to grab me. Don't know how it works. If you actually toss these prism stones down, makes the boss fight so much easier. But just wearing heavy armor so you don't get staggered also makes this fight so much easier, or anything that increases poise just so you don't get staggered. They do hit hard, but I believe I'm fine. Again, when he's dying in the dying phase, if you just hit him again like the duo in Elden Ring, you can actually get off another hit, which I think is fantastic. Really got scared there, I do have to say, with how it went. I almost died, but we managed to stay alive. And as you can see, I'm not being staggered from these bosses. And yeah, again, you can just hit him again. It's pretty nice and easy. Now we're just gonna wait. I thought I had to wait, but he was actually here. So it's time to take on the 3rd king. And it's pretty simple and straightforward. I know there's ways to, like, now somebody figured out very recently, using pyromancy, you can actually one-shot this boss, which I think is fantastic. I don't remember what spell it is, but you're just pretty much spewing flames for like 20 seconds with good RNG. Unfortunately, I did get low here, so I grab humanity because it's a great way just to heal up. And now it's time for the last guy, wherever he is. Again, super hard to freaking figure out how close they actually are and how far you are out, but it's pretty good. Right here, I got super scared. I thought his explosion was going to kill me, but managed to make it out alive. And there we go. Deathless 4 kings. Really happy. Now we head over to one easy boss, which is Ceaseless, because we're going to head for the Bed of Chaos next, because I'd rather get crappy RNG out of my way, even though you'll find out shortly this is not the worst RNG that this run gave me. So as you can see, I just ran through, grab his stuff. You just continue walking. Most people know this. Just continue going, make sure he's doing his stuff, make sure he's following you. He'll actually jump and you're fine. He'll jump, you roll out of the way, and you hit him 6 times. You could really use your fist for this fight if you really wanted to, but if you hit him 6 times, he dies. The first time I actually fought this boss, I didn't realize that this was a thing because I didn't want to spoil myself. So I actually fought him the normal way, which still was pretty easy because he's a pretty easy boss once you know the mechanics. But then it's off to the Demon Fire Sage next after this cutscene, and this boss is really just a reskin of the Stray Demon underneath. I'm curious what was copied first. But if you fight the Stray Demon first, you understand how this boss mechanic works. And at this point in time in the game, depending how you go first, he's pretty easy. He's a lot easier than the first time you fight the first one, so it goes well. I always want to do in my challenge runs the 4 kings first, because it really depicts on where I'm at in the game. You know, if you're able to beat them right away and you have no issues with killing them off without them all swarming you, then the game's great. But if you get absolutely boned, you're going to want to go fight the other ones first so you can actually get upgraded. But there we go. It's a pretty straightforward fight. I really have no issues here, and he doesn't either with dying. Alright, at this point in time, it's just boss running. We just go from boss to boss to boss. We level up if we can. We don't if we can't, and it's fine. So, I do Bed of Chaos. Then I believe it is Seath is next, I believe. And then I believe it's final boss. I forget what other bosses I am actually missing. We got 4 kings, right? There's 4 kings. Damn. There's 4 kings. There's Bed of Chaos. There's Seath. And I believe that's the only 3 I'm missing. Right? Yeah. Yeah, that should be all the bosses. I'm doing in order. But with the Centipede Demon, pretty easy. Just get to this main land and you're pretty good to go. Now, if you've made it this far into the video, I thank you for watching. If you could drop a like and a subscribe, I'm going to obviously remind you guys right at the end again to do this. But I'd just like to give you a thanks. This is my first actual video. Everything else has been live streamed, so I just thank you all for coming out and watching this video. Really boosts my motivation to continue doing this. So, just again, thank you so much. Centipede Demon, though, pretty straightforward boss. You get underneath his legs, he's going to be fine. At this point in time in the game, I'm pretty much leveled up where I needed to be. I really don't need to level up anymore. But yeah, it's a pretty straightforward boss. There we go. As you just saw, you can actually chop off his tail if you do enough damage, but there you go, he's done. Now the next boss, the biggest butthole in the game, the Bed of Chaos, he can cause the most issues, I find. But I think RNG took me seven or 8 tries just to get him. The first step is super easy. Getting to the second and third positioning is garbage. With these challenge runs, unfortunately, I can't use fire bombs. I know you can just sit in the middle on the 6th row and toss fire bombs into each spot, and it'll just bring them right into the next phase. But unfortunately, I am doing a clubs only run, not allowed to use fire. So we have to do the annoying part. Thank goodness there's a fancy thing called editing, which I can just show you guys in 2 quick and easy steps of me destroying. The first one, I didn't know if I was right up there, but there we go. Skip that cutscene, roll in, hit him. Enter the second one, he goes all flame and angry, which I hate so much, because as you're gonna see in like 2 seconds, he shines with the one RNG move you do not want, which is him putting his fists in the ground. As you can see, he's spewing fire everywhere. Thankfully, I don't get hit. Got good RNG, but bad RNG at the same time. And again, you can just roll through all of this and just go tap him. I believe he's a 1-tap, so you can literally just hit him with your fist, I believe, and he should be good. But there we go. Second boss of D3 or 4, and he's done. Sorry, number 4, because I forgot about Nito. Now we're on to Pinwheel easy boss. Could have come here really early game, but I didn't want to because I just wanted to go in order. I didn't feel that I needed the early game souls for him. But again, super easy boss, but you do have to unfortunately fight him. There's no skips for his stuff. Three hits, he's done. First two, 40% of his health bar. It's great. Like, you probably should, if you're doing some challenge runs, just to go right down, go fight him. If you can get good RNG for the Rite of Kindling, just so you have more Estus. But there we go. I decided to see what mask I have. One that I'm not going to use, unfortunately. Then it's straight off to Gravelord Nito. I get hit right away. I always forget how to like how to get to this place. So the amount of times I died because of the big monsters, it was way too many. It was way too many. I don't want to admit, but we managed to get to him. Once you get down like the there's like the light at the end of the tunnel, and you're running down the only pathway where an NPC can invade you if you do have souls. Sorry, if you are unhollowed. But once I'm there, I know where I'm going because I screwed up that point. And yeah, again, at this point in time, really easy boss fight. Once you've killed off the skeletons, nothing bothers with you. I know if you do stand over to the left, sorry, the right of the boss fight, you want to actually aggro the skeletons. You just aggro Nito and you can just one-on-one face him if you haven't got a weapon that actually does damage and finishes off skeletons. There we go. Gravelord Nito's down. Now on to Seathless. Seath, sorry, not Seathless. This boss always gives me trouble. I don't know what it is. But again, at this point, I have enough runes. Enough souls. I feel that I don't really need to upgrade. I also am wearing now. Back at when I went into the Painted World, I grabbed my favorite armor set, which is this one. I find it looks so much better. You feel like some Jaeger from Pacific Rim. You just look like some tanky machine, and I love that. But now time for the stupid RNG of cursing from Seath. And I really don't enjoy this at all because he always seems to just screw me up. But if you just run up, you don't actually need to attack it. You just let him attack and you never get hit, which I think is awesome. But yeah, as you can see, once he lines up his attack, he does an attack. If you do get around to his tail, you can actually knock it off with good RNG, obviously. I don't know how many attacks you do need on the tail, but you can get it off. And the first time I actually played this game, I was able to hit his tail off. Another cheesy strat is if you do get good, you can actually just run around all the way to the back. And this is what I'm talking about. What I hate about this boss is the cursing. I got lucky here. I was super close. I think the armor actually saved me. But yeah, they can just continuously like proc curse, and I think that's why Seath is such a pain in my butt. Yeah, like I missed a heavy attack right there. Should have had it. And now he goes for his stupid tail swipes. I also hate this. I don't know if I can just go in, keep on hitting him, but it's whatever. He goes right here. Unfortunately, I screwed up. There is no safe place for me. I thought that was safe. It wasn't, and there we go. I heal up, but unfortunately, he procs another one, and I get cursed. And this actually wasn't the first time I got cursed, because when you mandatorily have to die from Seath, I got cursed there. I died first, and then it cursed me afterwards. I'm like, oh, there's no way. There's no way this can curse me again. But, of course it does, because that's how it works. And as you can see, my freaking cursed body right there. Which I think is super cool. Like, if you die from curse, it just shows your body. Super cool mechanic. Love that they have that in the game. But now it's time, again, just wait for him to come, wait for his first attack. He's usually going to breathe from the left to the right, so you just wait for his attack to go down. And there you go, just start running from it. And he's going to stop. I really should have just gone in and punished him. I don't know why I want the tail, but I just want it. So I always try and go for it. It's with all the bosses. I always try and go for all the tails. I think it's just great. But yeah, I really hate this boss though. The stupid cursing man. It's like 6k every time to buy a purging stone. I think it's the cheapest you can buy, and it's so much of a pain. But everything goes well. I'll leave you to the rest of this boss fight because nothing else really happens here. I try and run to grab the tail, but that's literally it. Now at this point, I did forget to actually fight one last boss, and I'm kind of glad I saved him for last. It's not he's a pain, just if the RNG is really terrible with him, you could end up spending 5 minutes just chasing after him, because with bad RNG, that's what the Dark Sun does. You literally just get too close to him. If you can't get an attack off, he'll just teleport away and you gotta keep on running at him. But yeah, we finished off the 4th boss. That's all of them done. Now the last 2 bosses I have left are the Dark Sun and obviously Gwyn. So let's head over to the Dark Sun. So again, here we go, another stupid cutscene. Unfortunately, I didn't actually realize that there was like a way to get it. I forgot to grab the ring. I didn't know where it was. I was wasting time at this point. I just wanted to finish the run. So we did actually end up killing Big Boba Lady and aggravating the NPCs, as you can see, because now I have an Estus Flask +3. I believe I actually get it to +4, but I forgot at that point in time. The big shot will go through, but what you're really looking for in this fight is the arrows. Really looking for the arrows because it's just super nice. Yeah, again, bad RNG there. I don't know why you didn't just go for the arrows. Well, I'll leave you to the rest of this and off to the final boss after. Really thought I could get a second hit in there, but unfortunately I am using a slow weapon, so I can't. But also another thing, I didn't get good. I tried to RNG farm it. I got really bad with Titanite skills, so the best I could do was +12. I could have sat there, upgraded my weapon to +15 off camera. I really didn't care about the grind. We were able to defeat the 4 kings without having an issue with a +12 weapon, so I just continued down with it. If you're using any Titanite skill at this point, it should be max upgrade. But again, we're just gonna sit here, wait for him to do his stupid attacks. Got lucky with that one. I really thought that was gonna hit me there, and good RNG here where he's gonna pop his bow. I believe he does a triple attack. There we go. He pops the arrows again. He drops down, and I believe if I do get a second hit off. And there we go. Now it's off to Gwyn, the final boss of the run, because it's just time. I did actually go down here afterwards, and I ran to go grab the armor set because I really enjoy the brass armor set. I think it's really dope, but the black iron set, probably my favorite in the game if you're going for a heavy build. So now it's time to sprint down. This is where I actually sat and farmed to get my weapon up to plus 15. I was an idiot here. I thought I needed to, you know, use it to get all my flasks up to plus 20. I didn't realize it automatically gave it to you, but it does. I'll know that for next time. But it's time for the sprint down. If you actually go back and watch all my streams, you will be able to see I did fight the DLCs for this game. I didn't want to include it in this video. I felt that this video is already long enough. But it's time for the final boss. As you can see up in the right hand corner, plus 15, Havel's Ring, and Ring of Favor is what we end off. I believe we ended off at level 85 or 86 is what we finished the game off with in level wise, so that if you're gonna play through this and mimic this build, that's kind of what I did. I didn't farm too much. I think if I was close to a level, I might have, like, you know, grabbed an extra K just so I could actually do it and level up. But also with this fight, I decided, you know what, it's time. I'm not gonna use any shields. I'm pretty heavy leveled up. He's a pretty easy boss. So here's the final ending of the game. I just like to thank you all again for tuning in for this video. Thank you all for so much of the support. Again, I just like to ask everybody if you could just like, comment, and subscribe. Really help out my channel. And until next time, guys, make sure you have a great day and stay hydrated. Bye.